students. How are you all today? I hope you have enjoyed your Christmas vacations. Yes. So in your Christmas vacations, did you go anywhere? If you had traveled from one place to another, that is what our today's chapter is related to. Our today's chapter, transport and communication. What do you mean by transport? Transport means traveling from one place to another. Using something to travel from one place to another. The mode in which you travel. For example, if you have traveled using bus, that means you are using a land transport to move from one place to another. Yes, so transporting means moving from one place to another. Now, what is the means of transport? Means of transport doesn't mean the meaning of transport. Means of transport, there are three different means of transport. Yes, the three different means of transport are air transport, land transport and water transport. What is air transport? If you are traveling through air, if you are traveling through aeroplanes, helicopters, that means you are using air transport. Similarly, land transport, if you are traveling through road or through railways, those are known as land transports. So land transports includes bus, car as well as railways, that is trains, whatever that goes through road. You can also say bikes, scooters, cycle as well as bullock carts, horse carts, all these are included in land transport because they go through roads. And the last one is water transport. Now what is water transport? Yes, if you are traveling through water, that means ships, submarines, boats, these are included in water transport. So transports means traveling from one place to another. And means of transport is through which are you traveling. Whether are you using the land transport, air transport or water transport. So three different means of transport. I'll give you an examples of these transports. The example of air transport is helicopters and aeroplanes. Even spacecraft is included. But spacecrafts are used to study something beyond the earth. Through sky, there are very few people who travel to spacecrafts. Land transports, you can give example as bus, car, trucks, auto rickshaws, horse carts, bullock carts, trains, any of them. All are included in land transport. After land transports, we have water transports. Water transport includes ships, submarines, boats, etc. So, these are the three transports. That is how you travel. Initially, in the olden days, dogs, camels, horse were used to travel from one place to another. Gradually, the use of animals decreased for transporting and wheels. We started moving on wheels, that is carts with the help of tying carts behind them, that is bullock cart. Initially it was only bullock. People used to load their luggages on the bullocks, on the animals and travel. Later it got converted into carts. After that came vehicles using wheels. This is how transportations began. Railways. Now if you talk about transportation or rail transportation, the major mode of transporting, traveling from one place to another is railways. Common people also prefer traveling in railways because it is cheap and it reduces the time. The limits of the time taken to travel from one place to another is less compared to other road transports. I am not talking about air transport. Yes, it is less, but it is little bit costlier. So, which is cheaper for us? Trains are cheaper for us. That is major transport. Now, can you tell me when was the first trains started in India? That is your homework. You have to tell me. For that, you have to read the lesson. You have to read the lesson and you have to tell me when was the first train started in India. You will find it in your textbooks. So, after transportations, let's come to communications. Now, what is communications? What am I doing to you? I am talking to you. I am conveying the informations regarding this to you. So, I am communicating to you. The process of conveying the informations or feelings is known as communicating. That is communications. That is what is called as communications. What is the means of communications nowadays? Yes, the most important means, if the person is not around you, if you want to talk to someone which is very far away from you, how will you communicate your message to them? How will you convey your message to them? The cheap and the most familiar means of communication nowadays is our mobile phones. We convey our messages through mobile phones. Was it there from earlier? No. Earlier, pigeons were used to convey the messages. Pigeons were called as the postmen. They used to convey the messages. They used to take the message which was given to them. Actually, it was written in a small piece of paper and tied to their legs. And then they were trained. So they knew from where they have to go and where they have to go. So they used to give the message to them. And if there is any reply, they used to bring it back. That means they had to wait for 2 days or 3 days for a message to be conveyed and to get the reply back. Nowadays, do you have to wait for so long? No, that is instant. We just call them, we talk to them and we finish it off. That is how we convey the messages. After pigeons, what was the means of communication? Yes, it was letters. We used to write letters. People used to write letters, put it into the post box. The postman will collect it, take it to the office, get it distributed and send it to wherever place it is supposed to be sent. Then they have to read it. To sending the letters, we had to use the envelopes and stamps and all those things. Nowadays, since it is modern means of communications, we use WhatsApp or any other text messaging services which instantly will send the message and we will get the reply. So that is a modern means of communications nowadays. After transport and communications, let's see who discovered what. Who had discovered what? That means some of the other things is found by someone. That means discovering it, bringing it to our use. They find it, they get it named by something and then we get to use it. So what are those things? First, Wright brothers. What did Wright brothers invent or discover? They had discovered aeroplane. Graham Bell. What did Graham Bell discover? Graham Bell discovered telephone. Because of telephones, we can easily communicate to any person staying anywhere in the corner of the world. Charles Babbage. What did Charles Babbage discover? Yes, Charles Babbage discovered computers. John Biard discovered television. Marconi discovered radio. These are the persons who had discovered these things, because of which we can easily talk to anyone, we can easily reach a very far distance in a very less time. So these were the things that is discovered. This is how transport and communications is clarified. Thank you.